Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. The Punch newspaper report on your screen said that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has told the people of Rivers State that he made a mistake and that he is ready to correct the mistake at the appropriate time. First of all, the Punch newspaper got it wrong by saying that Wike told the people of Rivers State. Wike is no longer the governor of Rivers State. He therefore does not have a mandate to talk to the people of Rivers State. The only person who, whenever he speaks on behalf of Rivers State or he talks to Rivers people, is Simi Fubara, the incumbent governor of the state. That Nyesom Wike attended a reception organized for another person who is retiring from public service, and he made a speech there. He turned the whole place into a political jamboree. Does not mean he was speaking to the people of Rivers State. I think the media should stop misinterpreting some of these things, because they give power to people who are not supposed to have the power. Because Nyesom Wike had his time 8 years ago, for 8 years as governor of Rivers State. So you'll understand why I say this, because he was not speaking to Rivers people. It's what Nyesom Wike has no mandate of the Rivers people to speak on behalf of Rivers people. He does not. He lost that on May 29, 2023, when another governor was sworn in. Now, the former governor spoke while addressing a grand reception on Saturday in Ogbolo, Rivers State, honoring Chief Judge Thompson Sikibos' 20 years of public service. You can see where he did it, where he spoke. How does that amount to speaking to the people of Rivers State? How does that amount to speaking to the people of Rivers State? Now, while in that speech, he did not mention Fubara, but everybody knows that it was Fubara he was referencing. Then he went on and on to say that he never wanted anyone to worship him. He was referencing what Fubara said earlier in another occasion, where Fubara was saying that he respects Nyesom Wike for helping him to come to power, but he cannot worship him. So Wike was now saying that nobody can worship any man. All of us believe in that it is only God that we worship. But as politicians, we appreciate people who helped us. So Nyesom Wike was saying indirectly that Fubara did not appreciate those that helped him to become governor. But that's is neither here nor there, because I have taken my time to study the political situation before Fubara emerged. Fubara never begged anybody to be governor. Fubara was not among those who lobbied to be governor. He didn't. So even the idea that he favored Fubara doesn't really make any sense, because Fubara had no intention to become governor of Rivers State. All the people that wanted to be governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike cancelled all of them out, believing that Fubara would be the one that would be most loyal to him, somebody who was not interested in the race. It is no different from Yaradua and Obasanjo. Yaradua, as ailing governor of Katsina State, was not interested in becoming president of Nigeria. So if Obasanjo had made him president and expect that he be kowtowing to him all the time. Obasanjo will be making a mistake because the man never asked for the presidency of Nigeria. There were several people that wanted to be president of Nigeria, including the respected Peter Odele and several other people. Obasanjo canceled all of them out and picked somebody who was not interested, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. So if Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was disrespectful to Obasanjo, Obasanjo cannot claim that he didn't appreciate his making him president, because Yar'Adua never begged Obasanjo to be president. The same thing is applicable to Fubara. Fubara never begged to be president, to be governor of Rivers State. He was not. He was just a civil servant. So he wasn't a core. He wasn't among the core politicians who wanted to be governor. So you can't even count that as a favor. It is just something that God wanted to use Nyesom Wike to put him there. That is basically it. Because there's no way he could have been governor. He never showed interest in that. Now, that being said, let us move ahead with this issue of Nyesom Wike claiming that he made a mistake in Fubara and that he will correct it. And we're going to see how far he was going to go on that. Now, Nyesom Wike turning to the lawmakers. He warned them, the lawmakers are the 25 APC, PDP lawmakers that defected to the APC, which is now subject of litigation. He warned that they should not be intimidated. He said, don't be afraid. Nobody will remove you as a lawmaker. Most of you don't understand. This is our work. Our business is to make them fear. That is what I'm doing. We will make them to be angry every day, and they will continue to make mistakes. So you can see the Nyesom Wike admitting what his agenda is. It is to make Fubara fear. Is to literally distract Fubara from doing the job for which he was elected by the Rivers people. But Nyesom Wike, who said as politicians they have to appreciate people who have helped them, has also been accused of being an ingrate by Uche Secondus, who narrated how he and Patience Jonathan, former First Lady of Nigeria and the wife of former President Goodluck Jonathan, helped Wike to become governor, and saying that all that they get now are insults. You ask yourself, if you follower of Rivers politics, you know how the Jonathan administration helped Nyesom Wike in defeating the candidate of the incumbent governor in Rivers State at the time. That's the candidate of Rotimi Chibi-Kameji. Because as Chibi-Kameji was living on 2015, he has his own candidate. But Patience Jonathan, using her office as First Lady, and of course the influence of her husband, facilitated Wike's emergence as the candidate of the PDP in Rivers State and as governor. Now Secondus is telling us that all that they got was insult from Wike. And ask yourself, despite everything the Jonathan administration, Jonathan and his wife supposedly did for Wike to triumph in reverse politics, how many times have you seen Nyesom Wike showering praises on Jonathan during his birthday or his wife's birthday? You don't mention them at all these days. Even in the flurry of commissioning of projects that he did when he was about to leave office as governor, how many times did you see Jonathan, who made him minister and everything, being invited to commission projects under Nyesom Wike's administration. That being said, now let us look at how does Wike intend to correct the Fubara mistake. Now, impeachment of the governor is probably one of the ways he is going to try to correct the mistake. Are you understanding me? Impeachment of Fubara is probably part of the agenda to correct that mistake. You know, he was assuring that he's going to correct the mistake at the appropriate time. So he has two options, to be frank. One is impeachment of Fubara. For him to achieve that, he will be relying on the 25 PDP lawmakers who defected to APC and whose mandate is now questionable. Already, Governor Simi Fubara said he does not recognize them. Simi Fubara, senior advocate of Nigeria, agrees with the governor that the lawmakers who defected to the APC have lost their seats. Speaking on Channels Television Sunday Politics, Falana said, the 25 lawmakers who defected have lost their seats. They have lost their rights to remain members of the assembly, Falana told Channels Television. Continuing, Falana said, in the case of Adetunde and the Labour Party, the Supreme Court made it clear that you cannot decamp and then remain a member of a legislative house in Nigeria unless you can show there is a division in your party. Today, the PDP is one, end of quote, by Femi Falana. Now, going by the assertion of Falana, and more importantly, Section 1091G of the 1999 Constitution as amended, as well as the Supreme Court position on this matter, this first option, impeachment, will be difficult to accomplish by Nyesom Wike. It will be difficult to accomplish. Now, Wike does not enjoy the support of overwhelming people of Rivers State. In fact, Rivers State people are happy that Fubara resisted Nyesom Wike over the alleged control of the state's resources. In any case, Nyesom Wike is a minority in this power struggle. They are a tiny minority because, ask yourself, why is it that there is no former governor in Rivers State who is on the side of Nyesom Wike? All the former governors are on the side of Fubara. All of them, with no exception. So where is he deriving his power from? So he doesn't have any mass following. He doesn't have organic mass following. He doesn't have support of the leaders. These lawmakers and local government chairmen are few selected individuals that when you remove them using the process of the law, Nyesom Wike has nothing to hold on in Rivers State. That is a fact. When these people are dealt with by the law, these lawmakers are taken away, and the local government chairman he handpicked are taken away, you find out that Nyesom Wike is empty in Rivers State. He doesn't have mass following. He is not a Muhammad Buhari. He is not a Peter Obi. He is not a Kwankwaso that command organic followers. So what are we talking about? Now, despite the Supreme Court position that Wike, despite the Supreme Court position that that if you defect from the party that elected you to another party, when there is no division in your party, that you lose your position, Nyesom Wike was still assuring these lawmakers that none of them will be removed from office. So where did he get that confidence from? knowing the position of the Supreme Court, himself being a lawyer, and knowing the position of Section 109, where did he get the confidence to be telling them in Port Harcourt, that telling the lawmakers that no, nothing will happen to you, you are not going to lose your seat, just relax, go about your normal business? Well, whatever is giving him the confidence, time will tell. But the truth of the matter remains that impeaching Fubara by any illegal means will have dire consequences for our democracy if it survives it. Already, the G60 reps, a group of 60 federal lawmakers, has said that the 25 lawmakers of the River State House of Assembly lack the power to serve Governor Fubara impeachment notice. The spokesperson of the group, and representing Idato South and North Federal Constituency, Ikenga Ugochinyere, has warned that the call for the impeachment of Fubara will lead to the collapse of democracy if the president does not call those who are making that call to order. Not just those who are making the call, those who are instigating it, those who are promoting it, those who are pushing it, need to be called to order to save our democracy. Nyesom Wike is a beneficiary of Nigeria's democracy. I can't remember any time in our history when Nyesom Wike was among those who fought for democracy in Nigeria. So people like him should not be allowed to endanger our democracy because of their ambition or perceived ambition. He was never a democracy fighter. He was journalists. Many journalists lost their lives for democracy to be entrenched in Nigeria. Many people went on exile. The last time I checked, Nyesom Wike was not among them. He was not among those who left for exile. He was not among those who fought for democracy. He is only a beneficiary of this democracy. So people like that should not be allowed to derail our democracy. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who himself was a major participant in that issue of democracy struggle, ought to know better than allow himself to be used to destabilize River State by allowing those who want to impeach Fubara to impeach him using federal might, because that's the only option left for them, to use federal. But we know how it ended up, using federal might to remove a governor. It doesn't end well. So I think the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have to make a choice to choose between our democracy or Nyesom Wike. But he swore to uphold the Constitution. So I think the best option for Tinubu is to follow the Constitution he swore to protect by ensuring that nothing happens to Fubara. Fubara has a mandate, just as Tinubu also has a mandate based on the skewed, based on the election that was announced by INEC. Okay, even though we know that that election was anything but free, fair, and transparent, but they are the ones in charge based on INEC announcement. So the same mandate that Tinubu has is what Fubara has. Fubara's mandate has to be protected, and the federal government have to do the needful. The president have to listen to all the leaders of southern Nigeria, the credible leaders of southern Nigeria, the leaders of River State, people like Pa Edwin Clark and all the rest. They have been telling him that nothing should happen to Simi Fubara as governor of River State. So everything should be done to protect Fubara's mandate. Because you can see that even Nyesom Wike was boasting that they are making that one of their strategies is to make Fubara uncomfortable so that he will be making mistakes. Is that the reason why Tinubu appointed him the minister so that he will be terrorizing his own governor and not allowing him to settle down and do the job for which he was elected. The impact of this, if we start in Rivers State, nobody knows where it will end. If there is political crisis in Rivers State, and I keep saying it, Rivers State is a major factor in our economic development. If there is a threat in Rivers State that will uproot the first job person to be governor of Rivers State since 1999, you never know the implication of that until you find out. You discover that you cannot even explore and exploit oil in Niger Delta. Then you now realize why there is a need to have peace in Rivers State, because Rivers State is like the capital of Niger Delta. It is not for nothing that the headquarters of NDDC is in Port Harcourt. So those who are trying to create problem in Rivers State by illegally trying to remove Fubara should know that there will be consequences, and Tinubu himself should know there will be consequences for his administration, which will not bode well. Because let's face the fact, when there was crisis in Niger Delta shortly after Buhari entered, what did you get? Buhari had his first recession because of crisis in Niger Delta, when our capacity to export oil dropped to less than 60%. So it is important that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be guided, knowing that Rivers State, the constitution is far more important than protecting the job of a minister. Now let us look at the second option for Nyesom Wike. If you want to, as he said, he's going to correct the mistake of Fubara. The second option for him is to embark on supporting another candidate in 2027. That is the most honorable thing to do, and it is the most decent thing to do. You have fallen out with a candidate who you claim to have helped to come to power. Now things don't work out. You look for another candidate to support. That's the only democratic way to correct whatever mistake you think you may have made in choosing Fubara. But that option will now put the power not in Wike's hand or in Fubara's hand. It will now be in the hands of the Rivers people. The Rivers people will now decide whether they want Fubara back in 2027, or they want a new person entirely, or they want any other candidate that Wike want to support. That will be the best option, and that also depends on a free and fair election. But my hunch tells me that there is no way any candidate backed by Nyesom Wike, no matter which party he belongs to, will be able to have the massive support of Rivers people to emerge governor in 2027. Because the commentary from Rivers people show that they are happy. They feel like a load was taken off their back by Nyesom Wike leaving the scene, and then by Fubara not agreeing with him on how to run the state. So that being said, it remains to be seen whichever option that Nyesom Wike will take. But all in all, whatever option he takes, it has to be based on rule of law. Anything contrary to that is unacceptable to the people of Rivers State and to Nigerians in general. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.